Good morning. What's up? All right. See real quick. All right. Let's see what's going on. Obviously, we're gonna wait for that. Honestly, pre-market has been going sideways all pre-market. All right. If you look at the 15-minute chart, look at this. Just straight sideways all morning. Well, actually, we ended up opening. Where was it? Does it have the... Yeah, ever since we opened up, we've just been going sideways. Freaking wild. So, hopefully that's not the case for this morning. We'll see. We're going to be waiting for that 5-minute opening range to set in. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Alright, there's that 5-minute chart. We are hovering right at VWAP. So, we got VWAP, we got the 200. See what happens here. Hopefully we can get a pretty decent size range for that 5-minute. Be mindful, we do have news today at 9:45, so we may trend sideways until 9:45, until that news does come out. I'm guessing that's probably what most likely could happen. We're gonna probably just trend sideways, go sideways until 9:45, and then that news will come out, and then we could see but not a lot of volatility right now. So 9:45, and then 10 a.m. we also have news at 10, but it's orange folder. It's not like a red folder news event. Alright, we're starting to get a push above that VWAP level. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Let's see. Alright. What? Alright, we got 10 seconds left. So I'm gonna start marking it out already. We got the top of that 5-minute range is right there. Now, if I get a setup before, I'll take it. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm not gonna try to predict what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try to trade price action. I'm liking longs personally. I think let me check. I think we're at all-time highs again. Like, we just can't get away from those all-time highs. Yeah, all-time highs are 25,027 area. So 25,0, literally right, you know, what is it? 027, 25, yeah. So these highs pretty much right here are all-time highs. Well, let me mark it out real quick. So pretty much we got all-time highs right there. So there's a good chance we could try to magnet toward those all-time highs again. Maybe we take out this take out all this liquidity here. We got let me see. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. We got all this liquidity down here, which is pretty much and we have some imbalances down here that haven't been filled to the left. You could see those imbalances right there that haven't been filled. A lot of liquidity down there too. So if it could, there it goes, taking out, trying to take out all this liquidity down here. Looking good so far. Let's see. Let's see. Right. Took out all this pretty much. All that liquidity hasn't yet quite tapped into the imbalance, but all that liquidity pretty much for pre-market looks like it's been taken out. Let me quickly do something real quick. I gotta make sure. Let me go back to the 1 minute. I don't want to miss a trade. All right. Now, if we can kind of get a push, I'm looking for a push back into the range with a gap. What was I gonna do? Oh, let me go to the. On my other chart here that I have on my desktop, it's a little easier to see pre-market. That's why because I have pre-market kind of. I have lines separating that. So I'm trying to see if we. Okay, so we did sweep all pre-market, and we are about to. We haven't yet tapped into that imbalance, but we're very close to tapping into that imbalance that I showed you on the 15-minute time frame. I'm kind of keeping an eye out on it and seeing if we tap into it. Right now it's just double bottoming. It's okay. It is what it is. Let's see if we could get buyers to really start to step up and start to kind of, you know, show signs, maybe start to trend up here. Show signs that we want to potentially start going up and going for those maybe all-time highs again. Thing about it, right? I don't know if, you know, we're very close to news. It's what, 9:38 right now? We got 9:45 news, so just be careful. Appreciate the follow. All right, let's see what happens here. So far, we're not getting any imbalances, right? I got to get an imbalance to show buyers are really starting to try to step in here. Man, I just don't want to. I don't want this to happen before news. Freaking A. If it happens before news, I'll take the trade, but I really do not want this to happen before news. We got around 5 minutes. 9:45. 9:45. 5 minutes till news, so be careful if you're about to. Did we tap into that? No, we haven't yet. Nope. I'm trying to see if we're filling that imbalance. Pretty much, if we break this low down here, I'll show you on the 15-minute chart real quick. I think I have some time. On the 15-minute chart, right? This imbalance right here that I'm talking about getting filled. So all these lows kind of got taken out, but it just double bottomed this candle right here. It didn't fill that imbalance. So we could potentially still come down. There's a possibility of us coming down and at least fill that imbalance. And there did we just fill it? Hold on. I think yeah, we just filled that imbalance. All right, we just pushed down and filled that imbalance. So now those imbalances are pretty much filled. Yeah, I'm trading Apex. Yeah, be careful with news. News is kind of like a you don't want to get caught. You just want to be at least aware of it, right? At least aware. I've taken trades into news. If it's a setup, you know, I just manage my risk. I have my stops in place and everything. But you want to know when volatility starts coming in, why it's coming in, or to at least maybe even stay out of a trade. We're still pushing. I mean, we do have one more imbalance down there on the 15-minute, right? We filled this first one. We do have another one, which there's a kind of a support level paired with that imbalance. So there's going to be a lot of support down here. And let's see, is it about to fill it? All right, there, it just filled it, I think. No, not yet. Never mind. All right, now it filled it. All right, so it just filled that last imbalance. And, right, we have this kind of like support level down here. We have a pivot point. We got the 200. There's a lot of support. A lot of support in this area. So... Bro, what? Bro, how do I follow myself? Somebody just followed me with my username. You freaking bastard. And the scammers start. Yeah, the scammers are in the... Crap! Dude, this freaking drop. Oh, brother. You think it's gonna keep pushing? I think that's gonna find support soon, to be honest with you. I mean, it could. I mean, anything could happen, but I'm saying it could. There's a potential of price finding a support down here. We got a lot of support, right? We have a pivot point. We got the 200. So, not to say it can't break through that, right? Right, I'm not saying it can't break through it, but it's gonna probably show some kind of a bounce off of here. Man, this thing is just dumping. When's news? 2 minutes till news. See, maybe news rips this thing up. So be careful of that. I mean, if you're in a trade, maybe think about taking partials. Think about, you know, getting out of most of your positions, securing some profits, and like news is coming out. So there's support down there. So there's a potential this thing could start ripping after news comes out, right? So be careful of that. All right, we got like 30 seconds left till news. Oh, I appreciate it. All right, we got 15 seconds left. Right now, I'm on the 1 minute time frame. What kind of news? PMI, I think? Yeah, PMI. 2 seconds left. And news. So far, not doing much. Will this thing start ripping now is the question. Ugh. Yeah, I do too. I hope this thing goes up. Ugh. I hope today's not a day like yesterday, bro. This is wild. Day after day, it's just not. Alright, we're starting to get a push. I told you we could get some support down there, so be careful. We got view up. We got a lot of support down here. We still have room. I mean, I don't know. It's close to all-time highs. It's really Sellers are stepping in super strong. Man, it's not going anywhere. Oh, man. Yeah, it's consolidating. I mean, if it could, it's got to start breaking back up, back into this 5-minute range to show that it potentially wants to go for another all-time high. Might be another Monday. Yeah, I really hope not. I really don't. I really hope it's not another Monday. But, you know, if it is, it is. I can't. That's the thing. It's like, I can't force price to do anything, right? All I can do is just be patient. Like, I know a good trade is coming. Like I always say, I know a good trade is coming. I just have to be patient for it. Like, if I want this thing to go up, me buying right now is not going to make this thing go up. So I can't force price to do what I want it to do. It has to kind of confirm. Yeah, we could, right, remember the 9:40, not 9:45, the 10 o'clock, you know, we usually get a 10 o'clock reversal. Maybe we get that reversal around 10 a.m. today. One of my favorite mentors said we get paid to wait. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Some of the most profitable traders out there are the most patient traders. Playing defense in the market, meaning being just like hands off, waiting for a good setup, not necessarily trading if there's no setup, is very important. That's the hard part about the market, is a lot of people don't have the patience either to wait for their setup, to wait for something, you know, to start to form. We have this like, you know, and I fall victim to it too. We have this like social media kind of mentality, in a sense of like, we're always wanting to get a dopamine, right? We always want those dopamine hits. And the only thing that's going to give us a dopamine hit is if we enter a trade. So it's like, a lot of people can't just sit there and be patient for a trade, and possibly, if they don't get a setup, not take anything at all and not force anything. Most people, and I fell into this category when I started trading, would force things. Forcing things doesn't get you anywhere. Like, see, sellers are still stepping in super strong. I mean, I can't. I wish I had some kind of magic switch to just like cause market to do what I want it to do. Yeah, we got news at 10, but it's orange folder. I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to have too much of an... I mean, it could. You never know. It could, but... 90% sitting on your hands, 10% actual trading. Yeah, exactly. And that's why sometimes, like... Here's the problem with, like... Right? Like, live stream trading like this. Like, actual trading, the way it should be done to be profitable, is not really appealing, right? When you trade live like I do, the appealing part is to take trades every time, right? Try to jump into trades, and you'll see 90% of traders on social media are jumping into trades left and right. Every time you scroll into their live, they're in a trade, right? They're taking a trade, they're getting out of a trade, 5 minutes later, they're hopping back into a trade. It's like, it's entertaining, but unless you're like a crazy good scalper, which I highly doubt it, but most people aren't. I think most people are just doing it not to necessarily like be a good trader, but for the entertainment purposes. Every time you're in a trade, views go up, right? So their mentality is, why not just always be in a trade? It may be a bad trade, but if they're in a trade, views are up. Trump and Powell speaking same day with other news. Is Trump and Powell speaking today? Let me see. Oh yeah. Powell at what, 12:35? Yeah, and Trump is at 7 though. 7 o'clock, 7:20. Who picks his time? 12:35, 7:20. Like, why not? It's 12:35. Why not 12:30? Why 12:35? But yeah, that shouldn't really affect. I'm not going to be in the market during 12:35, so. We got some FOMC member speaking at 10 a.m., but Bostick. Not sure. I don't think he'll have much to. He won't say anything, you know, that we probably don't already know. Dang. Trump is just like. Oh, is it Trump or Powell? Trump. I'm assuming Trump. No way Powell's speaking at like. TP hit. Nice. Congratulations. I said, I even called, I called this down here before. I said, be careful down here because we have some support, right? This is a pretty big, I mean, you could see why, right? You could see to the left, we have all these imbalances. We have this kind of high that was created that now is going to be a support paired with, we have a pivot point to the left of it, right? We have a pivot point right there. We have the 200. So naturally, I mean, in my mind, I can see that there's probably going to be a decent amount of support or buying pressure stepping in here. Now, will they hold? I don't know, but... And you can see what's happening, right? It's... We are finding support, but... It's the question, magic question. Will they hold it? Or will this want to rip? Will this want to rip all to all-time highs, or now is it already like? Or is this like a retracement type of day where it's starting to retrace from all-time highs? We shall see. Now, right, the idea is if we do break this level right here, 971 with strength, right, we could come back down to test it as support to then kind of confirm that we want to start moving up and not continue going down, right? That would be kind of like a break of this kind of structure and then pops back into this 5-minute range, maybe retest this structure depending on if there's a gap left or what. Retest this structure to continue moving up, but you can see like it's still pretty weak. They always do it around the time no one's in the market. I hate that. Yeah, it's. All right, we're still dropping. This is wild. Ugh. Well. Bummer. Or maybe it comes down and takes out these lows one last time before ripping. I mean, I've seen it do that, right? Seen it do that plenty of times where price kind of makes a low, they come back down, they take out that low one more time, and then they start moving up. Kind of looks like it's trying to do that. Right, taking out that low and trying to move back up. The only crappy part is the further this thing moves down, the worse the risk to reward becomes for a long setup up here, right? Because my stop has to be below the lows. So, still a decent risk to reward, but... Bro, honestly, I thought price action was going to be better today. All right, 9:57. Be careful. Remember, the 10 a.m. reversal possible. ES the whole. I'm not sure. I don't have ES pulled up. Oh boy. Gosh, today looks like one of those days. Freaking market. Man. It's a freaking copy of yesterday, except yesterday was moving up, today's moving down. But it's like just keeps dropping. It doesn't give you any kind of. Yeah, you get these little pop back ups, but where is it gonna find support? I'm assuming down here. Look on the 15-minute too. Watch. Right? What happens a lot of times? Look, find support at the 200. Right? Look, found support at the 200. Look, found support at the 200. Right? You could see this 200 day. See on the 15-minute how it'll find support down here. Find support down here. Find support down here. Find support down here. What are we doing now? Potentially coming back down to find support down here. So, possibility we find support down here. Based on previous history, you could see that a lot of times ES does find support. And we have a pivot point there. So, this could be a reversal area. So, be careful. If you're in a short, that's all I'm saying is be careful if you're in a short. Because there's a high likelihood we could bounce right here. Somewhere. Around that 200. Uh-oh, it's starting to look ugly. For the shorts. I told you guys. I told you. I told you. Look at this one green candle. It's taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5. Taking out 5 red candles. Bad sign if you're short. But, we'll see. Man, I want this thing to go up. God, I hope it's not one of those days again. Doesn't want to go up. My patience is running thin. Nope. 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 Every time it pops it back up, sellers just step in right away. Holding it down. No, I'm not gonna... Like, I'm getting impatient, but... I'm not gonna take a trade that's not there, you know? I know my setup, so... It's like last week, right? If you saw me trade last week before FOMC, right? Monday, no trade. Tuesday, no trade. Wednesday, no trade. And then finally Thursday, Friday, you started to get really good setups. And in 2 days, I made a decent amount of money for the whole entire week because I was patient. So I'm definitely not going to take something stupid. I just like, it just sucks because, you know, you kind of, I mean, I do want to take a trade, but definitely going to be patient. Right? I mean, I really do think we're gonna bounce here soon. We're probably, I mean, shoot, I'll be surprised if we don't. Right? Like, for the new people, I don't know who came in later, right? Based on previous history, what did you see? Look at this. See this 200-day EMA? Look at this. Bounce. Bounce. Kind of a bounce right off it. Bounce right off it. What's happening now? It's coming back down to it. So how deep the pullback is going to be, I'm not sure. It could go a little bit deeper, but that's why there's a higher likelihood, right? And we have support down here too. Some imbalances. So we're just waiting for it. Starting to happen, kind of. Think we're waiting for ES to sweep? Alright, there it is. Looks like that's it. Now the question is, right? Will we reject? One thing you gotta be mindful of is, right? If you look on the 15-minute time frame, we have a big imbalance on the 15-minute chart to the upside. I mean, to the down, like a bearish imbalance. So we'll see how this thing goes, right? It could push up, but there are areas right here where price could kind of reject if enough sellers start to come in, right? We have an imbalance. We have all this previous support that now broke, that if it holds as resistance, it's going to keep pushing it down. Or if it starts inversing this gap, starts kind of forming structure, it could start breaking to the all-time highs again. We'll kind of play and see what price does. Is it going to take out these highs and dump, or are we actually going to start getting a move back up? Sorry. Oh. See? Now this is kind of a, in my eyes, this is a make or break type of like, you could kind of see how it's starting to try to start to form a change in direction, right? We got the structure, we kind of broke out of the structure. We're pulling back potentially for this imbalance. If we kind of hold this and start moving back up, it's a good sign. But if we start breaking down these lows, it's a really bad sign. So we'll see what it does. Is it gonna hold this imbalance, or is it gonna dump for the lows? Appreciate the gift, thank you. ES hasn't got down like NQ. Let me see something. Alright, let's look at ES. Oh, I'll switch to ES real quick. Holy crap, yeah, ES is holding up. Look at NASDAQ. Look at ES. ES is just kind of going sideways. So we could start seeing NASDAQ start to really ramp up here soon. Gotta make sure I turn on the right contracts. We could start to see NASDAQ start to ramp up. Looking good, looking good. Told you, this is a make or break type of, well, we get a change in structure kind of deal, start moving up. So you see it's holding it. Now it's a good sign. We still have hope. There is hope. There is hope. Oh, don't stop now. Don't stop now. Crap. Spoke too soon. Holy crap. Oh, NASDAQ. This is not looking good. It's fine as long as once it starts breaking down these lows, I think hope is lost. Once these lows get broken, for me, hope is starting to get really... Yeah, that's my kind of idea too, is if we break down these lows, I mean, we're going a lot lower, in my opinion. I think we're really going to start to ramp down, which kind of sucks. I was hoping we can get a setup. Oh man. Why Ned did the opposite? Does it move? Are they do they move like opposite of each other? I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of pairs out there that move opposite of one another. So if one pair goes down, the other pair rips. If one pair rips, the other one goes down. I forgot. I think it could be the dollar is the opposite. I think. US 30 all-time highs again. I think it could be US. I think it could be the dollar is like when NASDAQ goes up, the dollar falls. When the dollar goes up, NASDAQ, and vice versa. Not doing anything until ES breaks out of its range. Yeah, it's smart. Smart to do. Alright, there's still hope. I thought hope was lost after this big candle down, but we still have hope. I'm honestly surprised it's not moving better, like better price action. I thought today was gonna be better than this. But we're just, I mean, since we got into this range right here, this first candle that kind of dumped into this range, 942. Since 942, we've been just kind of going sideways, literally. And it's 1014, so you know they're gonna manipulate ES for a while, possibly, yeah. And you want to kind of stay out of it. That's why you want confirmations. You want to let them manipulate, do whatever they want, take out the lows again, take out whatever they want to do, and then once they start ripping it up, that's when you don't want to be in the right. You don't want to be in the the very beginning of the move. Like people try to catch the very bottom of the move, but you don't need to try to catch the very bottom. All you need is for price to start really confirming that it wants to continue going up, and then catch a sliver of that confirmation. That's it. Just a tiny portion of that confirmation. That's all you need. Makes it higher probability. You're not trying to guess the lows like, like imagine if I was just trying to guess the bottoms here. Like, oh, here, price is starting to go up. Let me try to buy in right here. Boom, get stopped out. Oh, price is starting to kind of go up. Let me get long here, and boom, it just pulls back on you. Like it's not, it hasn't confirmed yet and wants to go higher. For me, a confirmation, personally, right? Everyone has different levels of confirmation. For me, a confirmation would be to push back into this 5-minute range and leaving behind a bullish imbalance up here, right? Leaving behind a bullish imbalance up here so that when I get that pullback to that bullish imbalance, I can take a long potentially to target maybe all-time highs or, depending on where I take the trade. And that leaves like a higher probability because at that point, right? At this point, we're going to be above VWAP. We're going to be above the, so it's going to really be confirming that it wants to probably keep going up to the next, area of liquidity. But down here, right? We're below VWAP. We're below the 200. Could it pop up? Yes, it could pop up still. But we're still kind of bearish until it says otherwise. Like they're trying to, I mean, it's really trying to ramp up, but every time it ramps up, just sellers just step in aggressively. So maybe sellers will give up and this thing will start going. People always complain about like, oh, they're targeting my stop losses, like they're all these like conspiracy theories. It's the way price moves. I mean, that's why you don't You know, you got to make sure, figure out a way to get price to confirm it wants to do something before. Let it do what it wants to do. Let it take out lows as much times as it wants. I mean, you're going to get those times, right? Obviously, with any strategy, you're going to have losses. So with any strategy, you think it's like, it's a confirmation, but it ends up going, you know, lower or whatever against you. It's possible, but I think for me, most of the time, I'm pretty good about like being patient for that confirmation, and then when that confirmation comes, I've been pretty good about taking the trade after that confirmation. Right? Here's the thing also, right? My goal is not necessarily to be green today, right? And even being break even is still a green day for me. But my point is not necessarily to end on a green note. My goal is to end the week on a green note. So, right? So don't have every day set like I have to make X amount of dollars today, right? I have to make this money today. I have to make this money today. Your goal, right, should be a longer term goal. And that keeps you patient, right? Your goal is to make money on the month, right? End the month on a green note. Not necessarily end the days on a green note. And if you have that mindset where I'm looking to end the month on a green note, you're going to be patient. If there's no setups, you're not going to take setups. You're going to be patient for those setups, right? And you're not going to be looking to take dumb trades because you think you have to take a trade today. And please do not have a goal in your mind like, oh, I want to have a goal to make $200 a day. Whatever it is, whatever your goal is. Very bad for your mental, because when you have a goal of I want to make $200 a day, the reality of trading, there's going to be days probably where you don't take trades. There's going to be days where you maybe even take losses, right? So having that in your mind, you're like, oh, I have to take a trade because my goal is to make 200 a day. So I have to take a trade today. If there's no setup, I'm going to force something. So just FYI, it's not a good idea to have those short-term goals. Long-term goals, yes, right? On the month, that's different. On the year, that's different. But when you have those long-term goals, your mindset, right, is long-term. So you understand that every day you just have to be patient for those good setups to get you to those long-term goals. Yesterday I lost both of my accounts, even the past ones as well. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, that's where patience kind of comes in. Trust me, I've been there. I've blown up so many eval accounts when I was learning. And that's part of the reason why I'm so patient, right? It's part of the reason why I'm so patient is because I've gotten wrecked so many times that I'm able to just stay patient. Like, think about it. Do you ever have those times, right? Look back into your trading and ask yourself this question. Did you ever have times in your trading where there's a trade setup and you're like, it just looks really good. Like, this is such an amazing trade. Like, everything looks good about the trade, right? And then you take the trade and you make money. I'm sure most people, right, if you've been trading long enough, you have those trades where everything looks amazing in that trade. Like, imagine if you had the patience to just wait for those trades. This thing is freaking holy. Bruh. Finally, I made 350 in my funded. Nice. That's awesome. Now, right now, here's another thing. I'm just trying to share what I've gone through also so that you don't have to make the same mistakes as I do. Here's a thing that I struggled with my mental also, and this is super important. This is very important in trading. What tends to happen, right? Say in the beginning of your accounts, right? You're disciplined. You're kind of at you just got your, say, funded account. You're at 0 profit, right? So you're disciplined. You start taking good trades because you're disciplined. You want to get into the green, right? So you're disciplined. You start getting into the green, start making some money. Say you're up 300, and then you're up 600, then you're up 1,000, and now you're looking at your account. And you're like, damn, I'm up $1,000. That's awesome. And you keep trading, and you're going good. Now you're at 1,500 bucks, and now your mindset, something in your mindset can start to change where you're like, I'm up 1,500 bucks. And now what happens is you could start to take dumber trades because now your mindset is, oh, I have wiggle room, right? I'm up 1,500 bucks. I have some wiggle room to take stupid trades. And then you start to take dumb trades, and that 1,500 bucks turns into 1,000. And now you start to get emotional because now you're kind of, you're starting to lose money. Then you take another dumb trade because you got even more emotional. And now, by the time you know, you're already back at break even. And now you realize you've lost 1,500 bucks. So now you're in drawdown. And it's just a nasty spiral that starts to happen if you can't control your mindset. You have to, the same mindset you get into when you get your accounts is the same mindset you have to have when you have $3,000 in profit, or when you have $5,000 in profit, or when you're $5 away from taking a payout, or when you're $5 away from passing an eval. You have to have the same mindset continuously and follow your strategy. And that's what it takes to be a profitable trader. And I've done that so many times where I was decent amount in profit, and then I had the mindset of I can start to take dumb trades because I have wiggle room. So maybe I'll take a lower quality setup. Let me try to take this because I have wiggle room, whatever. If I give away a little bit, I don't care. And it's just one loss leads to a bigger loss, leads to a worse loss because your mindset starts to go, And especially a lot of people can't control when they're in drawdown, right? They know how to trade when they're in profit, but a lot of people lose when they, say when they get in drawdown. Then they'll purposely blow their account. But that's an important thing to learn in trading, is learning how to trade out of drawdown. Because let's face it, you're gonna get to a point where you're going to be in drawdown. Every trader gets to that, right? Whether you made profits, you take a payout, and you're back at square one, right? Because you took a payout. So maybe at square one, now you're in drawdown. And if you can't control getting out of drawdown and being still disciplined while in drawdown, I mean, I don't know. You're just gonna, maybe take payouts here and there, but you're gonna blow your account. Once the market humbles you is when you'll appreciate the 1,500. Yeah, and the market will humble you. There's a thing in trading called beginner's luck. It happens pretty much like to everyone. It's happened to me. It's happened to other people that that I've heard talk about trading before. And it's this beginner's luck where people, go on some kind of streak in the beginning and they think they're so good at trading, and the market really humbles you and takes everything you've ever made and everything you've got because you don't have the discipline or the patience or any of that. So that's why it's important to trade evaluation accounts when you're learning how to trade. Trade evaluations, trade maybe like one funded account, right? And try to size down to not blow that account every day, right? Make that account last the whole month. Like, don't focus on profits. Focus on following a strategy and making consistent, predictions. And always have, your stop loss, your TPs. Have a plan before you get into the trade, right? Don't get into the trade and then think of where you're going to get out. Like, when you get into every single trade, you should already know where your TP is going to be and where your stop loss is going to be. Best practice is set the risk settings so you close your trades for the day on the amount lost. Yeah, that's a smart thing to do. If you find yourself having trouble controlling yourself, I mean, there's even other brokerages will I think some brokerages will do this, and there's other programs you can get that it literally locks you out. Like I know of traders that buy these programs, and if they have a certain amount of loss, it literally will lock you out of your account so that you can't even take a trade. Even if you wanted to take a trade, you can't take a trade. And that's just to protect your account in case you start to go on spiral out of control, right? Yeah, today is freaking insanely choppy. Man. Hold on. Oh, TikTok. Let me do this puzzle right now before I forget, because... But it's starting to seem like it's trying to maybe build some momentum. But the closer we get to 11 o'clock it's going to be kind of tough. Appreciate the follow. But yeah, hopefully we can maybe get some move before 11 o'clock. If we get to 11 o'clock and I don't get a setup, or I'm not even close to a setup, you know, I'm gonna just call it another day. Nothing I can do. Come on, TikTok. Like the thing about it is 1030 is another reversal area, so possibility, man, that we could take out these internal highs and dump again. Did you get anything yesterday open? No. Yesterday didn't give me a setup. Today didn't give me a setup. I mean, it's still early. It still could give me a setup if we, but it's still choppy. We're just going sideways. There's nothing to take. Bro, what is this? Nice. I wish, man. I wish I was getting setups left and right. But there are days that come, like Friday, right? Friday back-to-back setups. Like there was a setup. There were 2 setups on last Friday, 2 setups in one day. So it's like, there are days where you don't get any setups, and there are days where you get multiple setups in one session. And it's like those days, it's a balance between the days where you don't get any setups and don't take a trade, and then the days when you do get setups and you capitalize on those setups and really start to hammer down your profits for the week. It's like that, man. What is that? What is that? Crap, I'm about to. There's a principle out there where like 80% of your work. What is it? Pareto? Is it the Pareto principle? Forgot how it goes, but it's like 80% of your work comes from 25% of like your labor, or something along those lines. It's like, it's true. Even in trading, right? Like 80% of your profits can come from a very small group of days in your month. Friday's my worst days. Always lost, stop trading Friday. Yeah, that's important to keep track. Like, that's why it's important to keep track of your data. If you find that Fridays are horrible days, you know, maybe even size down or not even take a trade at all if you find yourself, you know, struggling to make money on Fridays. Give me a second. I'm trying to do this stupid. Whoa, my gosh. Alright, if I get kicked out of this live, I may get kicked out in like 30 seconds because TikTok is being dumb. I'm trying to, it's not loading this stupid puzzle thing. It may kick me out of the live. If it kicks me out, I'll just make a new live real quick. Looks like it's gonna kick me out. So it's gonna kick me out. I'm gonna make a new live. I'll just start a new live if this thing kicks me out. It's freaking TikTok's retarded. It's so dumb. It won't load the puzzle, and now it's gonna kick me out for inactivity in like 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and it kicks me out. I'll be back. This is so dumb. TikTok is so freaking stupid. Golly, dude. What a freaking stupid ass platform. Man. Bruh. Telling you guys, TikTok. You think they have billions of dollars and they can't make a normal... Wouldn't even load the freaking puzzle to do the verification. Alright. Let's try this again. I think it gave me a freaking violation too. Bruh. Ugh. Bruh, TikTok. And I think it gave me a violation for that too. It gives you... I'm literally talking the whole time and it says you have to solve a puzzle for due to inactivity. Like, what do you mean inactivity? And then it gives you it gives me the puzzle, and then it's like keeps loading the puzzle. I don't know if this is my computer or what, but it's like it won't load the puzzle. And then it says error. It loads it, and then it says error. And then I have to refresh it, and it tries to load it again. And by the time it actually does it, it kicks you out, and it gives you a violation for inactivity. What the? Bruh, you can't make this crap up. Like, why doesn't YouTube have that? Why doesn't YouTube do that? But for some reason, TikTok. 24,960 break. Yeah. Yeah, if it starts breaking above kind of this level right here, right? If these highs, these double top, right? If it starts kind of ramping up and breaking above this level right here, start to show strength, pop back into this 5-minute range, leave behind a bullish imbalance, right? Bullish imbalance would be like a confirmation for me that we potentially could start wanting to continue going up. But right, nothing until it really breaks this these two highs right here, this like 24,971 area. Until it breaks those highs and really closes with strength, that's when I start looking for a setup. But as of now, right, it's like it's trying to kind of hold up, right? It's failing to make a new low. So you could see it made a new low. Now it's failing to make these new lows. Now it's kind of like maybe trying to, you know, find some support down here and trying to change structure to potentially keep moving up. But we'll see if it actually does it and has the momentum to do it. Made only 3K today, but it's fine. But 3K is amazing. If you made 3K today, that's really good. Unless you're used to, unless you're some baller making $50,000 days or $20,000 days. See, bro, it's literally what? It's almost an hour. This red candle right here, 942 was the drop into this range. 942. It's 1039. It's almost been an hour of sideways action. Literally just going sideways for a whole freaking hour. Holy crap. How many people do you think got chopped up and blew their accounts in this price action right here? Or there's scenario B where how many people are just stuck in this trade? Maybe they went long way too early down here, and now they're just stuck in sideways action. Why? Because they didn't wait for a confirmation. They're just guessing. I mean, who knows? Maybe they have a strategy, but now they're stuck in chop. Being stuck in chop is just as bad as like taking a losing trade, bro. It's like your anxiety. You're just sitting there like, come on, move already, and it's just gives you a little bit of hope and then drops back into the range. Bro, I hate being stuck in chop. I want to take a trade. I want my trades to take a trade and it moves straight to my TP, right? Moves to my TP, I get out of my trade and it's all good. Doesn't always happen, but it does happen a lot, I would say. I don't sit in trades for long. Made 60K last time, dang. Big baller status over here. I ain't at that level. Hopefully I can get to that level one day. I'm a trader that follows prices based on each candle. So you like hyper scalp, like I call it hyper scalping. I don't know if that's an actual term, but I'm assuming are your profits like 10 points? If your profits are like 10 points, that's crazy. I can imagine having a crazy size position and just targeting 10 points. So you can learn to read, every individual candle. Yeah, 10 points. That's crazy. Yeah, I know people that take trades, like 10-point trades. I mean, there are people who are profitable with it, I'm not saying you can't, like... It's hard, though. It's hard and it's so much anxiety. Especially if you're sized in super heavy. Starting to get a rip. If you're sized in, like, super heavy, it's freaking... And if there's volatility, if you're talking volatility sometimes can take you out just based off of, I like my trades to have a little wiggle room in them to allow price to do kind of. Yeah, it's starting to move, but the question is, right? It's going, but will this be a sweep or will this actually hold up? I mean, we're at what? Are we at? There is some resistance up there, so this is either it really starts to show strength, or this is just a push up to take out, these highs right here to move lower. So that's still not a confirmation, right? See what happens? Now it's got to hold this range right here, this kind of as support. Saw people last time because one guy with 30 points and it lost because it hit his 40 point. Yeah, if like this, like when you just get into new set of contracts, right? We just renewed the contracts. and we just switched over to different contracts. So you could see like the 10-point moves are actually pretty big, right? But then like once you get to like closer to the expiration of the contracts, like those 10-point moves get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And then you get to a point where your 10-point moves are like super tight with price action. But I mean, I think, I mean, I guess if you trade like based on candlesticks and you have your stop loss like below a certain invalidation level, that makes sense. I mean, why not? If it works for you, it works for you. That's the thing about trading is like, you know, a strategy that may work for someone may not work for you. And that trade the guy lost, yeah, it's tough. If you're taking a heavy position size and tight stops, it's pretty difficult too. Like, see, like, what about this, right? Like, something like this. This is why I can't, like... You have to have stops, because you do get, right? You get this like fake, you get this green candle that rips to the top, and you think like, oh crap, this is probably gonna keep going up, and then this drop just happens, right? That's why I said you gotta be careful. This could just be a sweep. It's not, right? It just pushed up. All it did was push up just to take out these highs. And I said that before, right? I said it could pop up. Hopefully it doesn't do that, but it could pop up just to take these internal highs and then dump back down. Because I also know around 10:30 we usually get, right? Sometimes at 10:30 we get a bearish reversal where price kind of takes out an internal high or a high and then starts to kind of dump down around 10:30. Right? That's why I'm big on confirmations. For me, confirmations are big. Like, this was starting to look good. This would look good. This would have looked good if this red candle right here opened up and it kept pushing, then it starts to really look good. And then it starts to maybe it pushes back into this 5-minute range, right? And then leaves behind some kind of bullish imbalance right here. And then right now we can kind of like, okay, now we get a confirmation, we get a pullback back to that bullish imbalance to continue going up. And that's what happens a lot of times, right? Price will start ripping up so much, leaves behind an imbalance in this range. And that's kind of my cue to retrace back to that, give me a good risk to reward to continue targeting a higher level. And that's kind of my confirmation. But that was a straight up fake out right there. Trust me, I just like anybody else, I wanted this thing to keep ripping. I really wanted this thing to. And if you look also, right, rejected off the 200. So, right, then you gotta add, like if you took a loss here, you gotta ask yourself now for next time, right? Maybe stay out of the trade. Realize, okay, if I got into this trade right here, I see this 200, it rejected off it. Maybe next time the same thing happens where I'm about to get in a trade right next to that 200 and view op is also right there. Maybe it's a better idea maybe just to stay out of the trade or wait for it to pop above it and maybe come back down to retest it as an entry. Like, you know, you always want to look at your trades and see what you could have done better. And possibly for next time, if this same thing happens, what can I have done to maybe stay out of the trade or, you know, do something different to maybe not have taken that loss if you took a loss. All right, what time is it? 10:48. Yeah, it's starting to Not looking good. Prop firm wise, let's see if I forgot to check. I think Apex is still having their. What is Apex right now? Because I know I have it. I have it. Make sure I got my stuff down right. Oh, 13 hours. So Apex has a timer. 13 hours till the 80% off ends. I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, they may likely. There's a high likelihood they're gonna do another 80% off. So 80% off still for Apex, and then Take Profit Trader I think still has that. Take Profit Trader I think still has the 40% off, no activation fees. Yeah, so 40% off, no activation fees for Take Profit Trader. And then you get to a level, you can get daily payouts. Here, give me a second, I'll be back. Take Profit got intraday trailing drawdown. I think I heard something about. I mean, they do have. I mean, Apex does too. But the trailing drawdown stops once you reach a certain buffer zone. Let me see. Yeah, you just have to take profits. Let me see. That's like. I mean, that's just a part of. Sorry. I know. I said Take Profit Trader. Yeah, it's like Apex does have a drawdown too. That's why you have to take profits. The trailing drawdown stops once you reach once you get past the buffer zone. So that's why I'm kind of like I take my profits, right? I don't really leave. So for me, trailing drawdown really doesn't matter because I'm not trying to go for home run trades. These base hit trades add up over time, right? Just like losses can add up over time. These base hit good setups like really start to. You don't have to go for a home run every single trade, right? Would you take a trade right now? No, I would not take a trade right now. Unless price confirms out of this kind of range, what is it gonna do? It's been stuck in a range for over an hour already. So once it gets out of the range, it could kind of show you what it's gonna continue to do. But at this point, you're just kind of guessing. I mean, unless you're scalping for 10 points, you know. This price action, honestly, I thought price action today was gonna be good. It's even worse than yesterday. I thought it was gonna be at least somewhat like good. This is like horrible price action. Be ready for the videos of. Be ready for the TikTok videos of, oh, price action freaking sucked today. Oh my gosh. I can already see those videos coming. Trade day, same as Take Profit Trader, but one has end of day. Yeah, and you just have to, like, I guess you have to go with your strategy. You have to see what your strategy is. Like, is a trailing drawdown really going to hurt you? Like, are you trying to go for, 1 to 10 RR trades? If that's the case, then yeah, go with a prop firm that has, a static kind of end of day drawdown. The good thing about, the reason, to be honest with you, the reason I went with Take Profit Trader, that I really wanted to go with them, is with Take Profit Trader, once you get to that certain level, right, you can take daily payouts. And I think that's pretty cool. If you have a couple accounts where you can make, $400 each, like, per day on those accounts. So if you can have like an $800 day, and then the next day you can take a withdrawal, and you can start taking daily withdrawals, and that's where the discipline comes in, right? If you can get to that level and start taking daily withdrawals, I think that's pretty cool. And plus, like, they do have, I think they have like a profit split, an 80% profit split. So, I mean, it's still worth it, right? You keep 80%. But like Apex, right? Apex, you keep the first $25,000 per account. You keep the 100% of the first $25,000. So, and I just saw recently somebody the other day just got his 400 something thousand dollar payout approved. And this person is not a live streamer. It got posted, I guess he was in somebody's Discord or whatever. It was on X. And yeah, $400,000 payout. He doesn't live stream, he doesn't do any of that. He's not like, So people do get crazy payouts. $400,000 payout is freaking life-changing for 90% of the population. Or 99 probably even. Thoughts on Apex and Alpha Trader? Yeah, Apex is good. Alpha Trader, I've never used them before, so I can't say much about them. But yeah, Apex is good. Apex has been denying crazy people. Here's the thing. People say that Apex, like, people say Apex always denying, but they're not looking at what rules they're possibly breaking. Like, are they really breaking rules? It's like, I'm skeptical when somebody comes on and says, Apex keeps denying me payouts. Apex is a scam. They keep denying me. And I start to think, like, are you breaking any rules? Because if you're breaking rules, they're obviously going to deny you. Because from the other side, I do see people getting payouts, right? Like this guy right here. He's not a live streamer. He's not an influencer. He's not any of those. And he just got a $400,000 payout. So, approved. So, if Apex is supposedly denying people, why are they giving this person a $400,000 payout and denying you a $20,000 payout or a $10,000 payout? Does that make any sense? It doesn't. So, I think what most likely is happening is they're breaking the rules. Now, are there scenarios possibly where you can have somebody who's like amazing at trading and just keeps milking the prop firms, right? He's taking, 400, 500, he's taking over $1 million in payouts. He's taking so much money from a prop firm that maybe a prop firm starts to deny them. That's possible. That is possible. But at that point, you've taken so much money out already. It's like, you can just go to your own live account or just go with another prop firm. But for Apex to approve somebody of like a $400,000 payout and then deny you of like a $10,000, I think you're just breaking a rule. I think. I could be wrong, but Apex, right? Apex is one of the most reputable prop firms on the market. They've probably paid out more people than any other prop firm out there. So, in terms of reputation, they got the reputation. And trust me, they make a stupid amount of money. So, they're not worried. They're not going to go bankrupt by giving you a $10,000 payout, right? It's not like they're denying you a payout because, they're going to lose money. Trust me, man, they're making such stupid amounts of money from these prop firms that giving you a $10,000 payout absolutely does not affect them whatsoever. Uh, you just have to keep doing it. If you're posting content or something and you're not getting, just keep doing it. Just keep going at it. Don't stop. But yeah, and try to diversify, right? That's what I do too. I diversify. I have, you know, Apex accounts. I have Take Profit Trader accounts, and maybe eventually I'll get more accounts from other companies, right? And then you can copy trade. So you're copy trading different accounts, and you got your eggs, you know, you don't have all your eggs in one basket. And there are multiple reputable prop firms out there that have been, you know, pay people out and have been known. But don't go with prop firms that don't have a reputation, right? Because you don't want to get caught and not, you know, go all through all that and then not get a payout. So go with the reputable prop firms that have been proven to pay people out. Take Profit, Trade Day, and My Funded Futures. They're pretty popular, yeah, all those. I've never did prop firms until this year. I always traded live accounts. Yeah, prop firms are just good. See, there's a benefit to live accounts. Live accounts, obviously, you don't have to follow rules. You can take payouts, right? When you're in the money, you can take a payout the next day. It's like, but prop firms, there's just a low barrier to entry. So it's like, if you are really a good trader and you actually know what you're doing, right? You can really milk these prop firms. You can, you know, Apex allows you to get 20 accounts. Then you can get 5 accounts with Take Profit Trader, and you can get more accounts with this. And then you can start getting freaking, you know, making over $100,000 a month possibly with trading multiple prop firms and getting payouts, and then, you know, you kind of, you almost start to get the level you're able to get to versus the amount of money you're investing is like pretty crazy. I kid you not, I passed my first try, then I destroyed that account messing around. Yeah, that's the dangerous part about prop firms, is it's very easy to mess around with those accounts because there's kind of like, but you gotta trade them as though you would trade a live account, right? You stick to your rules. If you can make money on a live account, you can get these payouts. There's a little more rules to it, right? They have like consistency rules and all that, but it's nothing out of like, you know, that's hard to do, in my opinion. Like, I'm trading these prop firm accounts that if I had to go to a live account, nothing would change, right? I know exactly how much money I have to put into a live account, and I would trade the same exact way I'm doing right now. Same position size, the same everything. It's just, it's a lot more scaled with prop firms because, right, instead of one live account with like, say $3,000, I have, you know, 7 accounts I'm copy trading on. So it's just 7x on a prop firm versus like my own live account. They did the study, found out 300,000 people, only 7% get a payout. Yeah, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people are gambling, right? They're not trying to. They don't have patience. They don't have the discipline. They don't have a setup. They don't have a strategy. They don't have anything that requires you to be an actual good trader, right? They're trying to size up, trying to get lucky, pass an account, size up again, get lucky, take a payout. That's what they're trying to do, right? No. I would go as far as to say 90% of people like aren't patient, right? They're just trading left and right. They don't have a plan. It's like throwing these people into a running business, right? Say you take an actual functional business that is operating and making money, and you take this person and you give them a free business and you tell them, all you have to do, here's the rules you follow. You have to order the inventory this day. You have to sell it at this price. You have to do this. If you do all these steps, you're going to make money. And then you put that person in that spot and that person does nothing, none of those steps. Obviously, the business is going to fail. It's not going to succeed whatsoever because He's not following the rules. He's not being disciplined. He's not doing the work he needs to do. Same thing in the market. Most people, the barrier to entry is so low in the market that you have people that come in that just YOLO trades and do whatever they want, just kind of do it for fun. They're not trying to get good at trading, and so the statistics are very skewed of like, and that's why prop firms are such a profitable, right? Such a profitable business, because you have 90% of people that aren't trying to be actual good traders, right? They're not trying to learn from their mistakes. They're not trying to improve. They're just going crazy with their account, taking dumb trades left and right. And then those 90% of people keep failing accounts because they're not disciplined and they don't want to learn. And then you have that small group of people that actually do learn and actually do know how to trade and manage risk and be disciplined and have the right psychology. They get paid out from the people that keep blowing accounts. And that small group of people, right? Prop firms still make an insane amount of money even after paying out the small group of people, right? Like Apex paid out. There's multiple people that got millions, $1 million payout, $2 million payout. And it's like, you hear this and they're still in business. Why? Because they can afford it, because so many people don't want to get good at trading. They say they want to, but they don't put in the work to actually get good at trading. Like, put in the chart hours, do the back testing, learn, figure out a strategy that you want to use. How many people today you think blew their accounts right here, right? Versus somebody like me that's been trading already. I see this and I stay out. I'm not trying to trade this. I'm not blowing my account. I'm not going into drawdown and then working my way out of drawdown. I stayed out of this. Like, what do you want me to do in this sideways action? This is straight chop. It's horrible price action. Maybe this is good price action for a scalper that takes 10-point scalps, but for most traders, that try to go for 50, 60 points, whatever the strategy is, this is horrible. This doesn't give you any confirmations, no nothing. Just straight sideways. But you have to blow up accounts because over trading in big positions. Yeah, exactly. It's something that I've been through, right? I've done that before. I'm not gonna lie, I've done that before, but I got out of it, right? I got out of that mentality and I started to be more disciplined, take better position sizing, and I've never blown a funded account. So I've blown evaluations, but not fundeds. They don't feel the market, nor do they feel the momentum. Let it come to you. Yeah, exactly. Letting it come to you is important, right? Like, if you watch my live streams, a lot of times I a lot of times can predict, right, that price could bounce at this area, price could reject at this area, right? But that doesn't mean I take a trade there. Just because I can predict something, I still have my setup and I wait for price to come to me to give me my setup to take a trade. So I've blown up evals as many as I passed. Yeah, I mean, it's like, and you gotta, like, I've been through that, and you gotta look at what you're doing wrong and why you're blowing evals and try to fix it, right? Your goal is to not continue to blow evals. Your goal is to get to a level where you can consistently manage risk and make money over the long term. In my opinion, what a bigger flex is, somebody that's like has a bunch of money that can blow evals and just YOLO, get funded, pass, just get payouts like that. What I think is a bigger flex is for somebody that can prove, say that has a funded account. Somebody that got a funded account, that's had that funded account for say 365 days. So he's had that funded account for a whole year, and say he's taken out $50,000 in payouts. From a whole year of trading in that funded account, taking out $50,000 in payouts. I think that's a bigger flex than somebody taking $200,000 in payouts, but he's blown freaking 200 evals and he's blown 200 funded accounts. Yes, he still made more money, but I think it's a bigger flex for the person that made 50K that's actually a good trader in the terms of like, he's able to keep that account, and if he had to go to a live account, he can do the same thing and trade a live account. Versus the other person moves to a live account, his psychology may be screwed up and he may not be able to trade that live account because he's going to try to trade it like an eval. But you blow an eval and you lose $100 versus you blowing a funded account. I mean, you blowing a live account and you lose thousands of dollars by doing that. So don't understand how we can predict but can't always yeah. I get paid. Hey, I'm not hating on people that do that, right? I know prop firms don't like that, but hey, if you're getting payouts and you want to, I just have a different goal than other people, right? I have a different goal of actually like managing risk and learning how to manage risk correctly so I can keep my account. So if I have to move to a live account eventually, I have no problem doing that. Yeah, exactly. 50,000 a year is better than working an 8-hour job. And people don't like, for some reason, people don't have the patience to come in and sit. And you know what helps me? I work, if any of you know, right? I buy and sell cars for a living, right? That's a tough job, right? I have to crawl under cars. I have to fix cars. I have to replace starters. Sometimes it's a dirty job. It's a lot of work. And if I make, right, if I look back and the amount of work I have to do to make X amount of money per car helps me, because now when I can come into trading, and if I have to wait, if I have to wait, say, 2 days to take a trade and finally get a good setup, and if I make $1,000 by just waiting, bro, that's so much better than busting your butt, crawling under a freaking, car to make that same amount of money or whatever. And people forget, like, if you sit here and you can make $200 pushing a button and you just be patient, bro, that's, and these kind of 9-to-5 jobs are good because they keep you balanced, right? They keep you in reality and understand, for $200, we all know the amount of work you have to put in to make $200, right? You have to work, a lot of people have to work 8 hours to make $200. So if I can come into the market and I can stay patient and I can take a trade and make $200, bruh. Are you a effing mechanic? Well, I have a deal. I'm a dealer. I'm a car dealer, so yes, I buy and sell cars, but I'm not necessarily a mechanic. I mean, I am a mechanic because I fix the cars, but I own a business. I'm a sales guy. I'm a mechanic. I'm an accountant. I'm everything in my business. I do the accounting. I do the sales. I do the mechanical work. The only thing I don't do is body work. But yeah, it's a part of owning a business that's small that you're trying to build up. Is in the beginning of a business, you are everything. You are the mechanic. You are the, you are the guy who goes to get parts. You are the accountant who keeps track of everything. You're literally every job role possible. And then once you get to a certain level, you can actually start hiring people. But as of now, yes, I am everything. I have many roles. Day trading is just a small portion of what I do, right? I day trade till 11 o'clock typically, and I'm done. So what am I gonna do? Nothing for the rest of the day? I think I don't think anyone should just day trade and not do anything else. I think you should have either another job, a business you're trying to start up. You should always try to do something, because day trading is such a small portion of your day. Is like, you want to continue to improve and do bigger things and try to maybe start a business, start something, do something. Like, a lot of people shit on 9-to-5 jobs. I think 9-to-5 jobs are amazing. If you like your 9-to-5 job, have a 9-to-5 job and day trade if you can. I did DoorDash and other deliveries until I outrated these YouTubers here. Yeah, I mean, it's... I have a few friends with a few businesses. from a few K to a few million. Yeah, it's day trading should be like, if you get good at day trading, it should fund other things, fund other businesses, fund other ways to make money, right? Maybe I have a different mindset. I come from like a European family where we have a mindset of work, meaning like I always want to be working, and I feel better when I'm working. Like when you work toward a goal, your own goal, right? You get tired, but it feels good when you accomplish goals that you have set in place, and you can see your business growing, and you can make more money and this and that. Like, it's satisfying. US is stuck on dumb work. I mean, US is very, we work, United States, we work a lot. And I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with working if you're working as something you love, right? Like, for example, me, I work a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I do work, but it's something that I like to do, right? I find it satisfying. I can, I can buy a car and I can drive it, and I literally drive different cars. Every single month I'm driving a different car. So it's like, that's pretty satisfying. Not many people have the opportunity to drive a new car or a different car every single month. And I find that satisfying. I do have to put work into actually fixing the cars, but when I do get them fixed, it's fun. I get to drive them around while I sell them. So you have to find something you love to do, whether it's content creation, whether it's something, it's like, and that's why so many people are successful. You look at Elon Musk, you look at all these people, why are they so successful? It's because they found something they love to do, and they were able to put in 12, 15 hours a day at that because they loved to do that, and they became super successful. But I don't mind work. To be honest with you, I feel better on days where like, these types of days where I can come into the market, I can day trade, I can, do some work during the day. I feel better than a day where I don't do anything at all. If I have a day where I just lay around, like Sundays are a day where typically I don't do anything. Those kind of days on like a Sunday, I feel like crap. Like if I don't do anything at all on a day, I literally feel like crap. But like days today when you're productive, when you've traded, right? You go do something else. You're maybe improving in your business, trying to do something. I feel great. Those type of days, I feel way better than days where I don't do anything at all. Maybe I'm just an anomaly, I don't know, but that's just how it is for me. And I know other people that are like that too. And if you're not like that, I think you just need to find what you love to do. That's the beauty about America, is there's so many opportunities for you to actually do something you love to do, so that when you wake up for work in the morning, you're not miserable. You're actually looking forward to going to work. IFEG, this bullish one right here. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's still in the range. There's nothing. It's still in this range. We just keep pushing up and in and out. I'm born and raised here. I go visit Europe. I mean, I'm European. My parents were born in Europe. My brothers were born in Europe. I was the only one that was born in America, but I'm very right? My culture is European. So if you know European culture, typically, I mean, they're hardworking. Like my dad owned his own business when he came to America. My mom started her own business. So we're very worked a lot. My parents work a lot, so. And yeah, you may not I don't have an accent, but English was not my first language, right? I'm actually Ukrainian. Ukrainian was my first language, so I'm 100% Ukrainian, but I was born in America, so I consider myself American. Armenian? No, I'm Ukrainian, but yeah, it's... Hi, neighbor. And I think it's just a work ethic, like, right? My parents were raised in the Soviet Union, right? My parents come from the Soviet Union, so it's like my dad was literally in the military in the Soviet Union. So it's like it's freaking, you know, grind. And that's a part of reason why a lot of foreigners, when they come to America, they're so successful, because their work ethic is like, they come to America and they see so many freaking opportunities to make money that they just work. And then that's why a lot of, you know, foreigners come here, start businesses, and are super successful. Was he KGB? I don't know. He's in the military. KGB is different. KGB is like I think it's like the FBI or whatever here. He was in the military. He actually ran away. Because he was supposed to go to, I think he was supposed to go to Afghanistan. He was supposed to get drafted and go to Afghanistan, that stupid war, and he ended up just running away. I don't know, I feel like they work, but they know to enjoy it socially better. Yeah, I mean, a lot of Americans, a lot of Europeans, they work, but they also, like, a lot of Europeans have this, like, you know, they have a culture where they're talking, you know, people gather together at a table and they'll talk, you know, they'll really, like, communicate. Versus here, I think America is more of like a to yourself type of, where a lot of us are to ourselves, right? Like, we don't really know our neighbors, we don't really interact with our neighbors. Europeans are more, they're like, they all know each other there, they're all more, you know, but it's just different culture. What is the chart you're looking at? NQ, NASDAQ, and it's just been sideways the whole freaking morning, so still hasn't even broken out of this range. Oh, like CIA. Yeah, CIA. Or KGB. Yeah, it was like FBI or CIA. Yeah, CIA. Putin was in the KGB. That's why they have low crime rates. Yeah, I'm not sure. Do they have low crime rates? I'm not sure. Oh, versus US, maybe, yeah. I guess it depends where. It depends where also. Like, you do have certain places, like you have US places where they have low crime rates, and then other places have high. I think it's same thing in Europe, where there are parts of Europe where you have very high crime rates, and then other parts where you have very low crime rates. NQ has been up for the last 3 months. Do you think we'll ever see a reversal? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, soon it's coming. It's right. It's not gonna just keep making all-time highs time and time again. It's I think a reversal is coming soon. The question is, when is it gonna come? Today could be a start of a reversal. You never know. I mean, look at the 15-minute chart. Actually, let's look at the hourly chart. Right. You look at the hourly chart, this could be a sign of a reversal. This could be the beginning of a reversal, possible, right? You can see we had this kind of structure. We broke down that structure. Now, if we kind of hold this as resistance and we start really dumping, we could start making lows. Like, we could start actually reversing to take out these lows, to maybe try to take out some lows, move down here. But yeah, I mean, it's possible. We're at all-time highs, so it's a tough area to kind of predict, right? Like, you kind of know it could push all-time highs, but it also could, at some point, it's going to start reversing, right? At some point, there's going to be days where we start getting, you know, reversals, corrections. Yo, Barkler, what's up? Right, like, NQ is not just going to keep making all-time highs time and time again. It's gonna have a reversal sooner or later, and I think it's coming, but the probably do a market correction before they let inflation push it too crazy high. Yeah, I mean, I think the market will correct soon. The question is when, right? It's like, yeah, it could correct, but you don't know when. So you just have to kind of wait for it to confirm that it's... All right. All right. Well, give me a second. Hello? Yeah, I think it's maybe time to call it. Come back tomorrow. It's already 11:30. Like, it's starting to, maybe it could start to kind of break out. Like, at this point, right, even if it does break out, it's already 11:30, so it's like, I don't want to get into a trade and then get stuck in a trade going sideways. So it may not even break out. This could be just another fake out to continue going lower. But yeah, I'm gonna be hopping off here. It's all right. Not the best price action today. I thought we'd have some better price action, but looks like no. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. So if you want to stop by, I'll be here. Hopefully tomorrow we get some better price action. I'm just waiting. I know a day is coming where we're gonna get good price action. I could start actually, you know, taking decent size setups and really continuing to scale my account. But as of now, if I don't get anything, I don't get anything. But so we'll see tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Don't overtrade. And yeah, see you tomorrow at 9:30. Peace out.